what is the difference between an experienced professional music producer and an amateur music producer's music? In this video, you're about to find out because I was just recently challenged to a battle by Spencer Holt, aka Skywolf, to a producer battle, and we're gonna do battle. All in good fun, of course. Now here's how this is gonna work. Skywolf and I each produced the exact same song with the same vocals, and you're gonna hear how each of us approached it and how each of our versions are wildly different from one another. We'll break down our choices, and at the end, you'll get to hear the results. So let's take a listen to the vocals that we're gonna be working with. Let's do it.
So just got the vocals in. I have no idea what they sound like. I've never actually heard them before. All right, let's do this.
Monsters hiding in the darkness, hiding in the shadows like this. Tiptoe, don't make a sound. Hold your tongue or else you'll be found. I can feel it closing in now, pulling me into the ground. Hold your breath, don't make a sound. Tiptoe if you wanna get out. My heart is beating in this nightmare. The ghost I'm feeling is my own fear. Am I just dreaming? What am I feeling? I'm lost in darkness. Things are upside down.
Yeah, totally dig that. That's totally getting like neon-y vibes or whatever. I already have like ideas of what I could sound like, but yeah, super cool.
The main thing that I wanted to capture was this vibe of sinister, aggression, impacts, hits, and just craziness. All right, the very first thing that I wanted to do on this track was to get this very attacky kind of plucked, almost bass part that had this kind of keyboard element to it, which sounds like this. And then I use this all the way through, just playing the roots of each of these chords on the chord changes.
So I just started out with a bass line with a cello. It sounds like this. And then my piano sounds like this. I added like this piano melody in here.
This whole first verse is actually very simple. I then took these synth kind of arpeggiated parts. It pretty much just continues all the way through over those chord changes.
And then I added like this weird brassy instrument, which I felt like pushed it forward a lot. And then I added these cool drums here. I tried to make it sound like a heartbeat.
And then the last thing I did is I added this little textural element here, which is from the Hammers and Waves plugins. Really cool sound.
After that goes to this.
Going into this chorus, we have this really kind of cool lead in with the strings that sounds like this.
I added these like grungy horn hits. And then obviously my bass, I added a bass, so my bass sounds like this. My drum pattern's actually not that complex. It's very like standard, but it also really works.
Some risers, some big epic trailer hits from Keep Force. It sounds like this. Yeah, boy.
I added this little instrument here. I'm not even sure what this is. And then my final like part, I felt like that brought this up to its highlight of the chorus was these strings. Gives me like Lindsey Sterling vibes.
And a really big part of this whole thing is making sure that we have a lot of really big drums. So on this chorus, the drums sound like this. And then that bass part that we had going, we just basically do this really big, fat, kind of subby, plucky kind of bass in the chorus. Yeah, that's huge.
When it goes from the second verse to the pre-chorus, I change it up quite a bit. I add this little instrument in here. Oh yeah.
Verse 2 is where I had a ton of fun. I pretty much went from doing this like cinematic thing to start things off all the way into almost like this 808 trappy beat kind of thing into verse 2, which sounds sick. Oh yeah.
I added some clashes to the drums. Oh yeah.
And to go along with that whole beat, here's what all the keyboard instruments are doing leading into it. This is this dirty, kind of crazy, like attacky vibe with that synth bass that we kind of had to start things out. All that is happening over this like trap 808 kind of what?
And then I also added this little guitar here. And then at the end, I add this other bass, but I bring it up an octave.
The other cool thing I really liked was going into line right here.
What'll happen if I fail?
When she says that, I think that line, what'll happen if I fail, is such a cool line. And so what I did is I duplicated this, dropped the formant down, and then cranked it with some drive. So it adds this kind of like sinister vibe to it.
What'll happen if I fail?
Monster voice, baby.
So that's how I produced this song. Hopefully Nathan likes it. I'm really curious to see what he thinks.
So that's pretty much how I made this track. All right, it is time to take a listen to see what Skywolf came up with. I'm really stoked because obviously I know what I did with it. I know I went super hard on it, and we're gonna see what he did right now. All right, let's take a listen. Nice. Oh, he's like did like an intro.
Monsters hiding in the darkness, hiding in the shadows like this.
Wow, he put that down.
Tiptoe, don't make a sound. Hold your tongue or else you'll be found. I can feel it closing in now, pulling me into the ground. Hold your breath, don't make a sound. Tiptoe if you wanna get out.
Oh wow. Totally changed this. Oh, I like that walk down. Nice.
I don't know if I'll survive this, if I'll live to tell a tale. I can feel
That
the
rhythm is so different.
rising of what'll happen if I fail. All around me,
Nice.
it surrounds me. All the darkness, it'll find me. I can hear the chime, shivers down my spine. Tick tock, we're almost out of time. My heart is beating in this nightmare. The ghost I'm feeling is my own fear. Am I just dreaming? What am I feeling? I'm lost in darkness. Things are upside down.
That's really cool sound. Nice, man. So he totally changed the entire like rhythmic structure. Like the way we did it was she starts singing that vocal a little later than he had. He had it so like when she starts singing, it was actually the downbeat. So he was like, monsters hiding in the darkness. That's the start of it. For me, I did it like 1, 2, monsters hiding in the darkness. 1, 2, hiding in the shadows like this. And that changes the entire structure of how this feels rhythmically, which is why I think he was able to get away with doing more of that faster groove on the chorus choruses, which is fascinating. Really threw me for a loop though. Overall, I think this is really good. I feel like the vocal should have been a little bit more on top in terms of the mix, just volume wise. But other than that, like, I feel like the arrangement's really cool. You did a very compelling arrangement. The little interludes with that kind of string part was really cool. I really liked that. The drums were overall pretty good. I think I could have used more like auxiliary type drums, you know, hi-hats, some toppers, some of those things to just add a little bit more energy, especially at that last chorus. But apart from this, man, really well done. This doesn't strike me as a super amateur production by any means, so well done, Skywolf.
So I just got Nathan's track in. I'm really nervous, but also excited. I have a feeling I'm gonna show who's boss on this. So yeah, here we go.
Monsters hiding in the darkness, hiding in the shadows like this. Tiptoe, don't make a sound. Hold your tongue or else you'll be found. I can feel it closing in now, pulling me into the ground. Hold your breath, don't make a sound. Tiptoe if you wanna get out.
Ooh, nice. You did strings too.
My heart is beating in this nightmare.
It's the same chord progression.
Is my own fear. Am I just dreaming? What am I feeling? I'm lost in darkness. Things are upside down.
Oh,
I don't know if I'll survive this. If I live to tell a tale, I can feel the pressure rising of what'll happen if I fail. All around me, it surrounds me. All the darkness, it'll find me. I can hear the chime, shivers down my spine. Tick tock, we're almost out of time. My heart is beating.
it's like an orchestral version of mine.
The ghost I'm feeling is my own fear. Am I just dreaming? What am I feeling? I'm lost in darkness. Things are upside down.
Oh, dude, he even did the clock ticking. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was awesome. Dude, that was really good. It was like the same vibe, but like it was also like different. Dude, that was so cool. Like the chord progression was the same, but the rhythm and the pattern on it was much different. But dude, so good. Good job.
Comment down below who your favorite version was, who won. And if you want to hear my full version of this song, this is on all streaming platforms. I have a link down below and in the comment section for you to check the song out. And if you want to see me take on another music producer in another epic battle, you can check this video out right here where I took on multi-Grammy nominated producer Forrest Whitehead. See you there.